this is why
Right.
I like, using the different time frames, because CNBC will show this as an up. Sorry, an up 3% day.
Yeah.
So what? So what?
Yeah.
It's Garfield 2, the sequel. It's a dead cat. You know, and to get it
Oh.
to get it above to get it above. I'm picking on him. Their legal
Yeah.
team is coming after me. Um, so yeah, could have bounced to 227. Could you make maybe,
Yeah.
but earn, uh, you're trying to disprove a negative, and you can try, but I don't see anything going on here. And frankly, I'm kind of astonished that the market is holding up as well as it is, because the rotation is, in fact, here's the Qs. The Qs don't look that bad, so they're rotating into other tech in order to keep things levitated. But Nvidia below 174, that's not going to be pretty. It's not happening today, but as we're talking, it's drifting down. You see this?
Yes.
We're trading at the
Yeah.
lows of the day, so everybody is going through their, listening to the conference call, going through the notes, going through their model, and they can't make it go up. And it might just be the buyers are exhausted, and it's now a time for the people that have been there for 10 years to let some go and get underweight.
Right. Or they were just hoping. Some of this just might have been a hope on a positive. I actually would argue, like, so the fact that I see it's down a little bit over $9 right now, and the stock is at like 186 and change, is that you might be down because people bought it for the pop today. So there might be that trade, and it might be a good time to enter. You might get a 1 day pop tomorrow, like, tomorrow on this thing, because people didn't get what they wanted on the earnings report. So I just caution folks a little bit if they're very short term. I've seen that movie before too, right?
Yeah, and I'm not incredibly negative on Nvidia. I just think it's a commentary of where we are psychologically. Palantir
Yeah.
blows numbers out and can't go up
Yeah.
and rolls over. Nvidia blows numbers out and people shrug, and we stay in the DMZ between 171 and 212, which is a big DMZ. I understand that, but they're not going to get into North Korea anytime soon. So the
Okay, now you
it
have a
just
good
Let's
segue to me, Bakes.
let me
Okay, good, good,
interject.
that's what I
Let me
do.
interject though, because
Okay.
this gets back to what I've been preaching for the last couple of weeks, and that is, if tech is rolling over, the Mag 7 trades poorly, and now finally the XLF, which is the broad financial services index, is showing erosion or distribution. This market has very little upside to no matter how much sector rotation you go into, because those two groups, tech and financials, are 45% of the market. So that's part of why I'm bearish. But in the meantime, the indices, the averages, aren't going down.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to be bearish, but be more bearish when the price action confirms the bearishness. And I don't see that in a lot of segments yet. You know, we're moving the deck chairs, but so far, we haven't hit the iceberg.
Well, speaking of places that are doing well, let's look at South Korea, EWI, baby, if you want to punch that in. So I think people know, that we play
Good God.
internationally, right? So I think I talked before at length about Japan. You could do it. I mean, we have individual stocks, but we also have ETFs. Like we like EWJ is the whole thing. SCJ is small cap. I'm not going to go into the thesis again of why we also like small cap there. But just look at the EWY, South Korea. That thing has been a monster. Of
Huge.
course, you have to be a bit careful though, right? Because that is, they've had lower valuations than our tech stocks. It's a AI supply chain exposure play, memory dominance, manufacturing depth. Um, you know, more of a pick and shovel type of play. But I'd caution that it's a found play, right? So be a
Yeah, I
little
mean,
bit careful.